These 8 men, combined, have spent more than 100 years on Washington's death row, all sentenced to die by lethal injection. Jonathan Gentry has sat on death row the longest, since 1991, convicted of bludgeoning a 12-year-old girl to death. In 1997, Cecil Davis joined death row after robbing, raping, and killing a 65-year-old woman in Pierce County. Dave Cross has been on death row since 2001 after stabbing his wife and stepdaughters to death. Robert Lee Yates has had almost 15 years to sit and think about the women he killed in the 1990s. He got sentenced to death row in 2002. Connor Shireman is among the most recent death row inmates and at 35 years old is the youngest. He was convicted in 2010 for killing 4 members of a single family, including 2 young boys, just 3 and 5 years old. Alan Gregory was sentenced to death for a second time in 2012 after his original conviction for the 1996 rape and murder of a Pierce County woman was overturned in 2006. The latest death row inmate is Byron Sheriff, the man convicted in 2013 of killing corrections officer Jamie Bindle. Together they represent some of the most vicious killers in our state's history, their crimes so egregious that they were sentenced to die. Clark Richard Elmore is the last among them. He was scheduled to be put to death later this month until last week, when Governor Jay Inslee quietly signed his first reprieve of a death row inmate, sparing the life of a man who in 1995 raped and killed his girlfriend's 14-year-old daughter in Bellingham. Unless a future governor overrides the reprieve, Elmore, now 65 years old, will instead spend the rest of his life in prison.